Welcome back to Track Talk, where we dive deep into the untold stories and fascinating journeys of Formula One's greatest drivers. Today's episode is dedicated to the man who is often called the Mexican Minister of Defense, an ultimate underdog in modern F1, Sergio Checo Perez. From his early days on the grid to his sensational victories and ultimately the heart-wrenching end to his Red Bull career, Checo's journey has been nothing short of cinematic. Buckle up as we trace his path filled with resilience, triumph and heartbreak right up to that fateful moment when the Red Bull door finally closed. Sergio Perez Mendoza was born in Mexico. His journey into motorsport began in bustling karting circuits of his home country. His rise was fueled by ambition and unwavering support of his family, especially his father Antonio. Before Checo, the road to F1 wasn't paved with privilege, sponsorship struggles, and the pressure to perform as a representative of Mexico in the global racing arena meant every race was a proving ground. In 2007, Checo caught his first big break, joining Escuderia Telmac's driver program. His early career in Formula BMW and GP2 showcased his raw talent, particularly his skill in tire management and a hallmark of his driving style. In 2011, Perez made his Formula One debut with Sauber. Instantly, his knack for making tires last longer than anyone else on the grid made him stand out. Remember the Malaysian Grand Prix in 2012? On a wet Sepang circuit, Checo gave Fernando Alonso a run for his money, finishing second in a car that had no business fighting at the front. That race solidified his reputation and earned him a seat with McLaren in 2013. But the dream move turned sour. The car was uncompetitive and tensions within the team left Checo without a drive by the end of the year. Lesser drivers might have faded into obscurity, but not Checo. His resilience brought him to Force India, later rebranded as Racing Point. Rebranded as Racing Point. Here he became the grid's most consistent midfielder, delivering podiums in machinery that often lagged behind the frontrunners. Checo's career seemed to settle into rhythm, always the underdog, always punching above his weight but never getting the golden opportunity. And then came 2020. Racing Point delivered a competitive car and Checo seized the moment. The Shakir Grand Prix was just crowning glory. After falling to the back of the grid on lap 1, Perez stormed through the field to take his maiden F1 victory. It was a drive for the ages, one that showed the world what he was truly capable of. That victory was the lifeline Checo needed. It caught the attention of Red Bull Racing, who were desperate for a consistent partner to Max Verstappen after struggling with underperforming drivers in the second seat. In 2021, Checo joined Red Bull, finally getting his chance with a top-tier team. His first season was solid, with highlights like his victory in Baku and of course his heroic defense against Lewis Hamilton in Abu Dhabi 2021. That drive in Yas Marina earned him the nickname the Mexican Minister of Defense, as he played a pivotal role in Verstappen's first championship win. But the Red Bull second seat is notoriously unforgiving. In 2022, Verstappen dominated the championship while Checo's performance became inconsistent. Despite his victories, including an historic win in Monaco, questions loomed around his pace compared to Verstappen's. Fast forward to 2023 and 2024, and the pressure intensified. Red Bull's dominance with Verstappen continued, but Checo struggled to keep up. He had his moments of brilliance, like his win in Jeddah, but also a series of disappointing qualifying sessions and race results that raised eyebrows within the team. Off-track whispers of discord grew louder, and Red Bull, a team with a history of ruthlessness, seemed to be losing patience. Despite his loyalty and significant Mexican fan base he brought to the sport, Checo couldn't shake the narrative that he was holding the second seat back. The end came in late 2024 after a string of lackluster performances, and with young talents like Liam Lawson and Isaac Hadjar waiting in the wings, Red Bull made the call. Sergio Perez was informed that he wouldn't be part of their 2025 plans. It was a bittersweet moment for fans and the paddock alike. Checo had given Red Bull some of its most iconic moments and played a crucial role in Verstappen's rise. But in the cutthroat world of Formula One, sentiment rarely triumphs over performance. For Checo, this wasn't just the end of a chapter, but possibly the end of his Formula One story. His departure marked the closing of a remarkable journey that began on the karting tracks of Mexico and reached the pinnacle of motorsport. What will Checo do next? Could we see him in endurance racing or perhaps IndyCar? Whatever path he chooses, Sergio Perez's legacy is secure. He'll always be remembered as the driver who fought for every inch of track, who never gave up, and who proved that underdogs can achieve greatness. That's it for today's episode of Track Talk. Sergio Perez's story is one of grit, resilience, and the unrelenting pursuit of a dream. He may no longer be on the F1 grid, but his impact on the sport will be felt for years to come. What are your favorite Checo moments? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories that bring the drama and emotion of Formula One to life. Until next time, keep your engines roaring.